Thanks to Skillshare for sponsoring today's episode. My name is Dani Walker, and today we're going to be talking about the top 30 at Miss South Africa. If you're brand new to the channel, I hope you'll consider subscribing as well as hitting the notifications bell so that you know when new episodes come out every week. We are nearing that 100,000 subscriber mark, so I really appreciate all your support. Yes, we are shooting in a bathroom today. I am currently at a bachelorette party, so I am filming before everybody wakes up in the morning. And if you want to see exactly why I usually film in bathrooms when I travel, then stick around till the end of this episode. I got so many requests to cover this pageant, and narrowing it down from a top 30 to a top 10 honestly is a nearly impossible task. This year's top 30 is blowing my mind. So what I decided to do was share my top 10 favorite videos, but I don't necessarily believe that my personal video favorites are all going to advance into a top 10. I'll be sharing these favorites in no particular order. Bianca is back. If you follow this pageant, you know that Bianca competed last year and she placed in the top 5. I love to see a returning contestant. I love to root for that perseverance, and I know so many of you out there would agree with that. I think that she looks as stunning as ever, but I'm really hoping that she experienced a lot of personal growth throughout this year to improve her onstage speaking skills, because I think that's so important. I also want to say that when I was watching her video, she was giving me really Miss World vibes. And I will mention that if you don't follow the pageant and if you aren't familiar, that they crown title holders to represent South Africa at Miss Universe, Miss Supranational, as well as Miss World. So she was really giving me those Miss World vibes, but we'll see what happens. I also should mention that I'm going to do my best to pronounce these South African names. I am trying to learn, so if you want to help me with any of that pronunciation, please feel free to do so in the comments below. I appreciate it. Lou V really stood out to me, honestly, for her hair, makeup, wardrobe styling. She just looked very, very prepared and ready to go. It does make sense to me though, because she did say that she is a full-time model, but also she is a smart contestant. She has an honors degree, and she's also going to be pursuing a clinical psychology degree. I will, however, say that her messaging in her video, it was very generic. I felt like we didn't hear a lot about what she specifically would like to do as Miss South Africa or why she should be moving on to that top 10. So that's something I think that can grow and can improve leading up to the competition. But let's see if she gets enough fan votes to move on. Chuma is gorgeous. Oh my gosh, that's the first thing I have to say. The second that I saw her on film, I was like, wow, stunning. And so obviously that's going to be one of the first things that we notice right away. But aside from that, she has 3 degrees and is still pursuing other academics. Incredible. She, though, really stood out to me because she shared, plain and simple, these are the qualities that I possess that would make me a great Miss South Africa. I absolutely loved that confidence. I will say though, so there's the fan vote that's going to be taken into consideration, and she has a larger online following than most of the contestants. She has about 40,000 followers, and I really feel like if people haven't noticed her now or yet, that I think that her following is going to show up still to vote for her. And even if you don't know her, if you see her video, and you should go check it out, I'm going to link them in the description below so that you can check out all the contestants and vote for your favorites. But if you see her video, I feel like it really speaks for itself. Before we continue, I want to thank today's sponsor, Skillshare. If you've never heard of Skillshare, it's an online place where you can go to take thousands of classes. You can find classes there for personal growth, up-leveling your business skills, which is what I love to take classes for on there, or even self-care. There's so many different possibilities. The skill I'm currently working to improve is vlogging. So I'm taking Romanticizing Your Life, a beginner's guide to creating vlogs for YouTube by Carrie Cakes. I'm already learning so much about how to capture interesting shots for my vlog, like creative entrances as well as B-roll footage. Please keep watching the channel to see what I mean, because you'll be seeing some new changes in my upcoming vlogs. Skillshare is ad-free, so it's uninterrupted. There are new premium classes launched every single week, and what I think is amazing is that their entire catalog is offered in French, Spanish, Portuguese, and German subtitles. So if you're like me and you love learning new skills, then you should definitely check out Skillshare. The first 1,000 people to use the link in my description with code Dani Walker will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. I definitely recommend checking it out. Itu Milang is the founder of an organization called Sister Sister, and she really captured my attention for the work that she's already doing in her community, connecting young women to resources that can help make them successful later in life. She's also very passionate about addressing the issue of rape and gender-based violence in South Africa, which of course is so important. She's very, very well spoken. One of the things that really stood out about her video though was the way she wrapped it up. I don't know if this quote is hers or if it's original, but I'm gonna read it to you really quickly. It was beautiful and well said. She said, "It's our duty to not settle for South Africa as it is, but to do for South Africa as it should be." Wow, that is powerful. Kio Lebohau was very, very cute in her video. I loved it. She had such vibrant energy in it. She also said something in the video where she mentioned that she sings Baby Shark for a living, and then she explained that she's a kindergarten teacher, so I thought that was very memorable. And then she went on to talk about how she is a model and that she wants to continue her work with children. More specifically, she says she wants to pair creative arts and education to serve disadvantaged children. So I love that she has a particular mission, and of course I would love to hear more about it. The first thing that really interested me about Stacy is the video itself. It was beautifully shot, there was great quality, and that always catches your attention visually, but also you have to think that that stuff doesn't happen by accident. So she's putting forth great effort for preparation. I will say that her hair and makeup also looked really great. She looked like a ready-to-go pageant contestant. And of course, that's something that's going to really capture the eye. The other thing about her is that she's a farmer's daughter and a podcaster. So she talked about wanting to reduce food insecurity. And it sounded like she was very, very well prepared to speak on this topic because of how personally it relates to her. So to me, that's one of those things that's going to make her very well prepared for a potential interview or onstage question. This year I'm so torn between the contestants, but I would love to hear which ones are your favorites. Let's be really encouraging of them. Comment your favorites below. Nompumelelo was another contestant that had a great video. I thought it was very, very well shot. She's a real estate agent, but also she created a youth-based waste organization, and that is called Conquers Connect. And so what I really liked about her is I felt that the work that she's already been doing would be a great medium for even more impactful change if she were to be Miss South Africa. So that was something that I thought was very unique to her passion about sustainability and environmental issues in South Africa. Ayanda had great energy, and what I'll say about her is that she was so specific about the causes that she wants to address. She works in healthcare, and I like that she mentioned a 3-step approach to this. So she talked about physical health, nutritional health, as well as mental health. And those were all very, very important topics, but honestly, just her bright energy really, really stood out, and her confidence shined through in her video. Pearl, another high quality, beautiful video that I couldn't help but love and enjoy watching. So she was really, really great because she talked about first a leadership position that she held while she was in college. And then she went on to talk about how what's important to her is the presence of women in leadership. And I thought it was really, really important messaging, but I like that she connected her personal experience to what she wants to address. And so that's something that really, I think, can stand out and could possibly get people excited about her and voting for her online. Tulani has a captivating and commanding voice. That's the first thing I think that anybody would really notice about her, is that auditory aspect. She looked beautiful on camera. She is a content curator, and she is also a social media manager. And what she wants to focus on is youth development, but specifically in remote areas. I thought that everything that she put together for her submission was just so well done, and it was just such a standout to me. And I'm really hoping that, you know, we'll get to see her in that top 10. Very quickly, I'm just gonna name off a couple of contestants that made it really hard for me to narrow down from a 30 to a 10. That was Alyssa Smith, Ayanda Tloti, Baniswa Libohang, who also is a returning contestant. Look out for her. She's got a pretty big fan base. I would not be surprised to see her in that top 10 again. Luyanda Naledi, what is Navai? I couldn't really hear her name in her video, so I think that's how to pronounce it. She works for an asset management firm and she does have pageant experience. She was Miss Jovi 2019. And Point stood out. Nateb Singh really is great. She has her messaging down. I will also mention Tamsin Jack is a standout. She has a lot of views online, so I'm not surprised. Honestly, she's just so gorgeous. If she moves into a top 10 due to fan votes, of course, Tloto, and then Zoe is very unique as well because she has a skin condition, and so she wants to create obviously visibility and representation for that, and what better place to do that than on the pageant stage. So lots of unique contestants this year. It's so difficult to narrow them down. I would suggest checking them out for yourself. But thank you so much for tuning into this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and then I hope you're going to come back to see more coverage of this year's Miss South Africa contestants. Thank you so much for clicking this episode and for your support of the channel. If you want to continue to do so, you guys can also check out my merch store as well as super thanks. But honestly, just sharing about the channel is a great help as we move towards that goal of 100,000 subscribers, which is mind-blowing. I'm so grateful. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you next time.
This is why I film in bathrooms. I just want to give everybody a little. This is a little glimpse of why we film in the bathroom.